That's what some child abuse prevention advocates are calling the coronavirus pandemic. Children at risk of abuse and neglect are locked in homes with parents ill-equipped to deal with the stress, anxiety, and uncertainty of the virus and its economic impact. Some worry the longer this crisis continues, it will lead to another epidemic of child abuse and neglect cases.
This is a bad situation, Tim. It's open season on these children right now.
Randy Burton is worried about the impact the coronavirus crisis is having on kids who were already living in crisis. The Houston-based attorney and former Harris County prosecutor fears what's happening behind closed doors.
We would anticipate that there would be significant increases in reports.
But according to information provided by the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, reports of abuse and neglect to a statewide hotline are actually down by about 20%.
I mean, the implication is that maybe child abuse is down.
Right.
And that's preposterous. We know that in these kinds of very tense, anxiety-producing times, that parents inappropriately will lash out at anyone around them, including children.
It doesn't surprise me because we don't have children in school right now.
Child abuse prevention advocate Carrie Wilcoxon says it makes sense that reports of child abuse have dropped. With schools and daycares closed, two of the top reporters of abuse, teachers and daycare workers, are no longer seeing kids face to face. She's more concerned with the 21% increase in family violence cases reported by SAPD this week.
And so domestic violence is child abuse, whether a child is observing it, emotionally traumatized by it, or is at serious risk of being harmed during a domestic dispute. And so that concerns me. And that number is sort of, for me, maybe an indicator what may be going on inside the homes around our children right now.
She says now more than ever, it's up to everyone to be on the lookout for signs of abuse and neglect and to report it.
It is Texas law to report if you have a cause to believe that a child is being abused or neglected.
But Randy Burton has some concerns about how those cases are being investigated. While DFPS says its investigators are still making in-home visits and meeting with families face-to-face, they're also conducting some of that casework virtually.
Can you accurately investigate a case like this if you're doing it through a computer?
Of course not. You don't know what the condition of the house is. Maybe you can clean a few things, but you certainly can't look for bruises or other sorts of things that might indicate that the child is unsafe in whatever placement was made.
The advocates I talked to say the best thing to do if you suspect child abuse is occurring is to call your local police department. They are better equipped to investigate these cases. And remember, if you are aware of child abuse occurring and do not report it, you could be charged with a crime. We've got a lot more information on what to look for and some resources available to families. Just look for this story on KSAT.